Hello, and welcome to Lucky Charms Explained, the series where we look at symbols of luck from across the world and talk about where they come from, how they are used, and what exactly they represent. On today's episode, Scarabs. These creepy-crawly, shiny beetles, the favorites of pharaohs and headstrong tattoo seekers alike. When you think of scarabs, you probably think of Egypt. And in terms of the lucky charm, that's mostly true. Scarabs, like you'll realize is the case with a lot of symbols of luck, are living creatures. Scarabaeus sacer, more commonly known as the dung beetle, lives all across the Mediterranean, especially in coastal, marshy areas. Ancient Egyptians likely would have encountered them regularly in daily life. While living scarabs emerged way earlier, the first symbolic use of scarabs dates back to Egypt's First Intermediate Period, about 2055 BCE. Around this time, Egyptians started crafting amulets and seals in the form of scarabs, probably to get around the difficulty that comes with carrying around a live insect. Scarab seals often were oval-shaped, typically made of stone with a scarab carved on the top side and the flat underbelly engraved with hieroglyphs. The hieroglyphs would often spell out the names of pharaohs and other important officials, but by the Middle and New Kingdom period, these were replaced with the names of gods and religious mantras. Though they originally would have been colored blue and green by glazes, these colors faded over time. A huge number of ancient scarab artifacts remain to this day, which goes to show how popular and enduring they were for the Egyptians. Egyptians from all walks of life carried around stone scarab amulets, or wore them as rings or other jewelry. They also used scarab seals, which would be imprinted into mud or clay in order to provide an official mark, whether that of an individual or a government office. Funerary scarabs, buried alongside the dead, most of the time existed as an individual's personal trinket, rather than an object with spiritual importance. Certain funerary scarabs, though, did have more sacred usages. The heart scarab, draped around a mummy's neck, would command the deceased's heart to remain pure during judgment in the afterlife. The pectoral scarab, appropriately affixed to the chest, often included wings in order to ensure safe flight. And lastly, the mummified scarab. Since most Egyptians were illiterate, including scrolls in the tomb would not be enough to help a person properly answer the god's questions during interrogation in the afterlife. To solve this, priests would whisper all the answers to a living scarab, then kill that scarab, mummify it, and eventually place it into the ear of the dead person. This way, the beetle would be able to whisper all the answers when the time came. Aside from funerary scarabs, pharaohs would commission extra-large commemorative scarabs to describe historical events. This scarab for Amenhotep III, as an example, describes that during the first 10 years of his reign, he killed an astounding 102 lions with a bow and arrow. In the modern day, scarabs are mostly worn as trinkets or sold as souvenirs, and they carry no particular religious importance. Scarabs to the ancient Egyptians were a symbol of rebirth and renewal. This symbolism comes from the behavior of living dung beetles themselves, which, as their name suggests, roll large balls of dung in which they eventually lay their eggs. Aside from this behavior's literal role in reproduction, it also resembled the sun moving across the sky, which was venerated in Egyptian spiritual belief. Therefore, scarabs became associated with the sun god Ra, as well as the god Khepri, a representation of Ra specifically as the rising sun, who would be reborn each day in the form of a scarab beetle, or a beetle-headed man. Khepri would make like a beetle and start rolling the sun across the sky. Due to this connection, ancient Egyptians believed that scarabs had rejuvenating properties, which is probably why they carried them around so habitually. Additionally, scarabs represented good health and protection from disease. While today much of the initial religious significance has been lost, scarabs continue to stand broadly for good luck, and are seen as an auspicious symbol. And they are probably one of the oldest, most enduring good luck charms in the entire world, having carried this symbolism for thousands of years. And that's all. Hope you enjoyed this video taking a closer look at the scarab. If you did, please like and subscribe for more episodes of Lucky Charms Explained. And in the comment section, let me know which specific symbols you want to see spotlighted next.